today I'm going to be on the negative side for the immigration-4 bill. And I'm going to tell you why it would harm the U.S. versus benefits. First of all, there's the cost that it's going to, the cost is too big, the cost is too large. It's going to cost us not $30 billion, but $5.30 trillion. According to Robert Rector and Jason Birchwine from the American Immigration Council, the bill is going to cost us $5.3 trillion, not $30 billion, like the affirmative states. And like he said, a lot of this is going to go to border security. But each year, 50 million people cross the borders into the U.S. and 330 million of these who are non-citizens. And this is according to Border and Miles. Also, why should we reward lawbreakers? These people that are crossing the borders are doing it illegally, so why should we reward them? According to the American Immigration Council, many Republican opponents center on the rule of law argument, which holds that those who have entered the country legally have broken the law and should not be rewarded for their actions with a path to citizenship. So we're going to reward lawbreakers and we're going to punish families. That's going to hinder families that waited to do it legally. The United States citizens will no longer be able to petition for immigrant visas for their brothers, sisters, and married children over the age of 30, preventing the ability of these family members to provide vital family structure and support, as well as contribute to our nation. Citizens will not be deprived of the ability, should not be deprived of the ability to reunite with their siblings and their married sons and daughters of all ages. And this is according to the visa bulletin for July 2013. And like I said, it's going to affect families, it's going to break up families. Currently, 65% of immigrants admitted to the U.S. Come on family visas. 14% on employment visas. Under the Senate bill, the siblings and adult children of immigrants will no longer be eligible for visas, eliminating 65,000 to 90,000 people. Over 300,000 immigrants who are here on temporary visas will not be eligible for permanent status and citizenship. So we're going to reward people who break the law and come here illegally versus rewarding people who have been waiting to do it legally. Doesn't sound right to me. Also, it's going to cost us a lot of money. Like I said, it's going to cost us $5.3 trillion. And the bill does make large investments on border security, and a lot of this is deploying more border patrol, which I don't think we really need anymore. $30 billion will be dedicated over a 10-year period on hiring and deploying at least 19,200 additional border patrol agents. Do you really need that many? Also, it's going to bring down the wages for American workers, and it's going to create more competition for American workers. Why should we should be trying to help our American citizens versus bringing in people that are going to just create more competition for them, for these Americans who are already having trouble finding jobs. These immigrants are going to take jobs from our Americans. The Senate bill will add 4 times more guest workers than the rejected 2000 immigration proposal, and based on Congressional Budget Office data, adds 46 million mostly lower-skilled illegal immigrant workers, legal immigrants and their relatives to the country by the year 2033. And this is according to a guide to S744, understanding the 2013 Senate bill. Also, like I said, it's gonna drive down wages. According to the American Immigration Council, a COB says average wages would fall for a dozen years. Unemployment would rise, and the nation's per person wealth would sink for the next quarter century. The reason why the wages will drop, according to research from Harvard's George Borger, demonstrated that high school levels of low skill immigration from 1980 to 2000 to the year 2000 resulted in 7.4 wage drop for the U.S. workers without a high school diploma. Today, 1 in 3 such Americans can't find jobs. A lot of people that are for immigration reform say that they don't take jobs away, that in fact they create jobs for us, but really for every, they create one job. Immigrants create one job for every 3 unemployed American workers, which is not enough. Also, they're gonna, poverty is already a problem in our country with our citizens, with our Americans. So bringing these people in is just gonna create a bigger problem of poverty. Immigration contributes to an already existing surplus of low-skilled workers, increasing job competition and driving down wages and conditions to the determinant of American workers. Low-skilled immigrants are more likely than their native-born counterparts to live in poverty, lack health insurance, and to utilize welfare programs. And immigrants and their children make up 32% of those in the United States without health insurance.